Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the ActiveWestminster Virtual Awards this evening. Now in its 11th year, the awards are a mainstay of the ActiveWestminster calendar, bringing our community together to recognise and celebrate the people and organisations who help us create an active city for all. This year's awards are particularly needed. It's important to recognise and celebrate the tremendous efforts of our residents, athletes, volunteers, clubs and Active Westminster partners who have continued to provide their high quality services and provision to those who have required them most throughout this pandemic. The nominees range from residents, local clubs, schools to Active Westminster partners and Westminster-based elite athletes. The standard of nominations has again been exceptional and we are extremely proud of all those who are nominated. Therefore, we've had to make some tough decisions in the shortlisting of finalists, all of whom have been recognised for the vital role they play in physical activity, leisure and/or sport by getting and keeping our residents and communities active. The hard work and dedication of the nominees is extremely appreciated by the Council, our residents and communities that we all serve. I'm proud to say that physical activity, leisure and sport across Westminster continues to go from strength to strength. I invite everyone to have a fantastic evening celebrating our collective achievements, your inspiring work and dedication to physical activity, leisure and/or sport in Westminster. Whether you win an award or not, I'd like to thank you for everything you've done and continue to do as part of the City of Westminster and the Active Westminster Partnership, particularly in what has been an unbelievably challenging year. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Councillor Swaddle. Hi everyone, I'm David Garrido. Welcome to my basement, home studio, cinema room, son's playroom when he's bored of upstairs. We've all had a sneaky peek into each other's homes over the last year with plenty of Zoom calls and Teams meetings. So this is your chance to have a look at mine. Go on, have a proper nosy around. It's a pleasure to be hosting this event for you again, the 11th Active Westminster Awards, but obviously in such different circumstances to the previous 10. So glad we're doing it though. Christmas is just around the corner. We really wanted to bring a bit of festive cheer and celebrate the good things that have been going on in the City of Westminster in terms of physical activity, leisure and sport in 2020. Now this award ceremony will be unique, obviously virtual and a shortened programme because of the format we're in, but hopefully no less uplifting or inspiring. Despite the extraordinary circumstances, we were still overwhelmed with the response to our call for nominations this year as we had more than 100 of them. So well done, one and all. We will announce the winners of our 11 award categories over the next 45 minutes or so. And we'll also bring you videos made by media students from the City of Westminster College. So many thanks to them. We'll speak to a couple of the winners too. Plus, we've got a special treat for you at half time. So there really is plenty to look forward to tonight. Just a few last bits of housekeeping for you. More information on all the finalists can be found on the Active Westminster website. All finalists will still receive a highly commended certificate, which we'll send out in the coming days. And winners will also receive their awards from us as soon as we can get them to you. And as always, we are on social media tonight, so use the hashtag ActiveAwards20. Our social team will be sharing your posts, so let us know where you're watching from, which award you're looking out for, and most importantly of all, get posting. And finally, we'd love your feedback on tonight's event, so do watch out for emails, which will be landing in your inboxes soon. And so to the awards themselves. The Active Westminster Strategy's vision is to activate your city, lives and neighbourhood. And this is done through physical activity, leisure and sports. And this vision is at the very heart of all we do and will be achieved by working together to enable people to get and stay active where, when and how they choose. We will actively promote the fundamental contribution that physical activity, leisure and sport makes to an individual's physical and mental well-being, our economy, our community and the development of our city. Well, this year we've split the 11 awards into 4 separate themes: physical activity, leisure, sport and then the distinguished awards. So we start off with physical activity. Westminster aims to promote active, healthier lifestyles by promoting and providing physical activity opportunities for all people to increase their level of activity. Well, the first 3 awards are in this theme and we kick off with the Active Inclusive Award. Now, this award recognises an individual, club or facility that create and deliver inclusive activities for disabled people. And this year's category finalists are Deb Bullen and Sport for Confidence, Pro Touch Soccer Academy SEN Football and Fitness Project, and Rashmi Becker and Step Change Studios. And the winner is Rashmi Becker and Step Change Studios. Well, despite the obvious challenges, 2020 has been a very productive year for Rashmi and Step Change Studios. It started with them conceiving and delivering the inaugural Dance Westminster, the first inclusive dance competition in Westminster for disabled people of all ages and abilities, featuring 100 hours of free dance. Step Change now provides regular inclusive dance classes in the borough, which are currently online, but will become in person when it's safe to do so. They also help the London Youth Games in their efforts to be more inclusive and work with OpenAge to create a fun online dance challenge. And Step Change Studios also created a paid intern opportunity for unemployed disabled people this year. The Active Inclusive Award is actually the latest in a string of accolades for Rashmi Becker. She received the Prime Minister's Points of Light Award for her working in making dance accessible, the London Sport Award for Health and Wellbeing, and she was highly commended at the recent Asian Women of Achievement Awards. So huge congratulations to Rashmi and Step Change. You are our first winners this evening. Well, on we go to our second award. It's a new one to the Active Westminster Awards. It is the Change for Life Westminster Award. Now, this award recognises projects which have made a difference to children, young people and/or families' health and well-being, and done through physical activity. Well, this year's category finalists are Christopher Sweeney, City of London Gymnastics Club and Renegades Netball Club. And the winner is Renegades Netball Club. Renegades encourage children and young people to make long-term improvements to their lifestyle, offering fun environments to engage in team sports and play, with emotional and mental health the top priority. Throughout lockdown, they reached out to members and other young people to offer virtual netball activities and challenges to help maintain motivation and keep spirits lifted. They also provided links for mindfulness to help with emotional health and well-being. Renegades Netball Club sessions include team building exercises, netball skills and training. They also support senior schoolgirls taking on voluntary roles within the club as part of their Duke of Edinburgh Award. In August, Renegades were able to provide a safe environment outdoors and sessions that were COVID secure. And during the time the restrictions were reintroduced, they offered free sessions at Paddington Rec to keep the girls not just active and motivated, but also so they could meet with others, creating a healthy mind for those that have been affected by lockdown. So well done, Renegades. You are our Change for Life Award winners. On to the third award of this evening, which is another new award. The One You Westminster Award recognises projects which made a difference to adults' health and well-being through physical activity. And here is your shortlist. Christopher Sweeney, again nominated in this category. OpenAge and, are they back for a second award, Renegades Netball Club. And the winner is OpenAge. As the country went into lockdown 1.0 in March, OpenAge prioritised check-in calls to ensure that its members were safe and had access to essential or emergency supplies such as food, electricity, gas and medication. They then developed a remotely accessible programme which provided more than 100 hours of activities in just over a month, with almost 250 Westminster residents getting and staying active, allowing them to make healthy improvements to their lifestyle. The classes offer a wide variety of activities that help with mental, physical, social, emotional health and well-being, and keeping the group connected in a social way by a short chat in every group session. In a recent survey, 88% of members found OpenAge's classes have helped maintain or improve their physical and mental well-being during this period, and a further 80% of members are interested in online activities continuing after the social distancing measures are lifted. OpenAge, many congratulations. You are yet again an award winner tonight. Now let's take a little break and watch one of the videos from the City of Westminster College media students. In fact, one that involves our latest winner, OpenAge. Here it is.
I think if it wasn't for doing exercise and stuff like this, I'd probably go bananas.
But this here has been a blessing to come here.
It's like a new lease of life, for me anyway.
OpenAge is a charity for over 50s, and the idea is to just get as many over 50s involved in a range of physical activities, creative activities, learning and social activities. Like everyone, we had to shut down pretty much immediately. In the background, we started planning a remote programme of activities. Biggest challenge was trying to advertise to members that we've got these classes running and we were getting them involved. Then we realised that there's obviously a lot of people that can't do Zoom activities, so we're looking to do the outdoor activities, but the council have been really supportive during that.
I've never done an exercise in my life. I joined Open Age and I've been with them since, and even though now I did lots and lots of classes with them, now this is the only one we do. But as I said, I just sort of discovered exercise and just took to it.
Older adults need the activity, they need the opportunity to remain active. They may suffer from isolation, loneliness in the same way that other people would be if they were stuck indoors. So we really want to show that it's important that they're not forgotten about. They have the opportunity to remain active outdoors in a safe environment and the opportunity to meet other friends that they would have used to kind of see on a weekly basis.
Thank you to the City of Westminster College media students for a fantastic video. More to come later on. Now, earlier we announced the winners for the awards in the physical activity theme. Now it's on to our second theme, which is leisure. Now, this encompasses our much-loved places, spaces and digital excellence in Westminster. We're going to try and quicken up the pace here as we speed towards half-time. The next two awards come one swiftly after the other. Active Place and Active Space. Now, these two awards recognise a formal place indoors or outdoors and an informal space indoors or outdoors that offers or enables physical activity, leisure and sport opportunities. It is a different format for these awards this year, as in fact we're going to celebrate 3 different entries. First, we decided to give one nomination the special status of highly commended, and that was the Porchester Centre. Thanks to the commitment of its staff, the Porchester Centre plays a very proactive part in encouraging the local community to lead healthier lives, supporting initiatives ranging from subsidised tea dance to partnering with local pharmacies, supporting a smoking cessation programme to working with other Westminster organisations, as well as running open days and connecting with local businesses to promote a healthy workforce. And both lockdowns also couldn't stop the centre being proactive, as it used the opportunity to bring forward a number of major refurbishments and improvements, including works to make the whole facility much more accessible for users going forward. So well done, the Porchester Centre, highly commended. And now to our winners for these 2 categories, and they are, for Active Place, Queen Mother Sports Centre, and Active Space, St Augustine's Sensory Garden. The feedback on the Queen Mother Sports Centre was extremely positive, highlighting how staff provided targeted support for hard-to-reach groups and vulnerable individuals, including homeless people, carers and volunteers. Users described the venue as a lifesaver and as being weeks ahead of other local gyms in reopening facilities and being supportive of the local community by offering a wide volume and variety of classes almost immediately post-lockdown. The Sensory Garden at St Augustine's School was previously unused and littered with rubbish, but during the pandemic it's become an attractive green spot, allowing students the opportunity to develop their horticultural skills, motor skills, social skills, creativity and self-confidence. It also helps children cope with anxiety and frustration. It also improves physical and mental well-being. In future, local schools will be able to deliver science lessons at the Sensory Garden, and it will also be a space for further training and development for staff. So many congratulations once again to both Queen Mother Sports Centre and St Augustine's Sensory Garden for winning this evening. And so on to our next award, which is the 6th of the evening. Yes, we're making excellent progress. It is the Active Digital Award, which recognises the creation and or use of technology such as Open Active, which supports the leisure sector to help people get and stay active. Your shortlisted finalists are Ash Rahman, Pro Touch Soccer Academy, Legs, local exercise groups for stroke and other neurological conditions, and Layla Hanouni, Zumba Family. And the winner is Legs, local exercise groups for stroke and other neurological conditions. As soon as lockdown commenced in spring, Legs physiotherapists developed a programme for delivering high-quality tailored exercise and support sessions by Zoom. With a new website designed specifically for people with neurological conditions and new WhatsApp support groups, they've utilised technology in a user-friendly way to encourage participants to keep moving. Daily messages are sent to participants with links to video resources, online exercise programmes and advice, as well as a range of other activities, encouraging members to be active with the priority on removing barriers that prevent people from exercising. The Legs physiotherapist-led rehabilitation program was so impactful, it's been singled out by the Association of Chartered Physiotherapists as a blueprint for how to deliver innovative exercise programs online to people with neurological conditions. More than 50% of the participants have started to do multiple classes a week, increasing their frequency of exercise by at least 100% in many cases, and clinical outcomes demonstrate the tangible impact on participants' strength, balance, and confidence their classes are having. So many congratulations to everyone at Legs. Now, as we finish this second theme of leisure, let's take a look at another video from the City of Westminster College media students involving an active place.
Boxing's everything. Boxing is life. It was my hobby. I fell in love with it, and now it's much more than that because I'm getting to teach other people how to box, and I just love just seeing how people develop and grow just through learning new skills and learning new things, being confident. It's great. I love it.
For me, for myself, obviously it's a way for people to get rid of the day-to-day stress, day-to-day anger, or a way for them to switch off of the world. Everything outside the gym doesn't matter. So for myself, I'm helping people forget about anything else that's giving them problems at home, or giving them an outlet, which is what I like to do.
Well, I've been to many boxing clubs across London, and Rathbone is the best one in my opinion because they're actually teaching you how to box. It's not just fitness.
I love coaching at Rathbone. It means so much to me. I love the amateur squad. I really like what we've built here. We've tried to have a really inclusive club, and you don't get that everywhere with boxing, and that's something that's been really important to me with coaches and boxers.
Well, thank you very much for that wonderful video highlighting the great work taking place in Westminster with Rathbone Boxing. So where are we? 6 awards down, 5 to go. But before we take a half-time break, I'd just like to say a few words of thanks to our awards sponsors, EcoWorld International and ETC, and our partners Everyone Active. Here's a short clip showcasing some of the exciting improvements carried out by ETC this year at Paddington Rec. We'd also like to thank all of our other Active Westminster partners who have donated prizes for tonight's awards. They're listed in the awards programme on the Active Westminster website. You can see them here too. We really appreciate your support this evening, as always. Thank you very much indeed for providing those prizes. And remember, keep posting on social media. Use tonight's hashtag, which is ActiveAwards20. Right, time for a bit of half-time entertainment and activity. Corey Wharton-Malcolm is a former colleague of the Active Westminster team. Now, he now works to help people be the best version of themselves, whether it's through his writing as a Run As Well columnist, as a coach with the Track Mafia running crew who are based at Paddington Rec, through his podcast, The Tub Hub, aimed at encouraging men to talk about their mental health, and as the European head coach at Nike Run Club, which sees him coaching thousands of people a month via the Nike Run Club app. Now, Corey, aka Bit Beefy, believes in exercise being fun and inclusive, so he's kindly put together a quick Viber-sized workout session for us. It is the Active Westminster Awards after all, so let's take a break. Let's get re-energised before we start the second half. Corey, it's over to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to your Active Westminster Awards interlude. My name is Bit Beefy, or Corey Wharton-Malcolm, and I am in actual fact an ex-Westminster employee. And the wonderful people at Westminster have invited me back to get you a little bit hype halfway through your awards. So we're just gonna do a few simple exercises for another 2.5 minutes. The first exercise, you're just gonna get out of your chair and we're gonna get that body pumping. So we're just gonna reach just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Forward again. Count with me. Nice and loud. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now give me wings. Wings. Keep going. How many's that? Just getting that body pumping. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now forward. We're swimming. Get that blood pumping. Happy Active Westminster Awards. Keep going. Woo. Get that body pumping. We got a few more. Now you're just gonna kick. Just kick those legs out in front of you. Woo. Kick those legs out in front of you. Get that blood pumping. Get that oxygen flowing. Keep going. Now you're a bird. Give me that bird flap. Give me that bird flap. Happy Active Westminster Awards. We got 1 minute left. Keep going. We're just gonna throw in some punches. Get lively. Get lively. Woo. Come on, step with me. Step on that music. Woo. Woo. Now you're gonna fan some flames. Woo. Keep going. Come on. Woo. Come on. Keep going. Right now we're fanning flames. We're out in the woods. We're in front of a campfire. We need the fire a little bit warmer. Now we're on the slopes. We're skiing. How warm are you? How warm are you? We got 15 seconds. Last few. Last few. Come on. Get active, Westminster. Get active, Westminster. You got 10. Come on. Woo. 5, 3, 2. Have a great evening.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Corey. And if you want to follow Corey on Instagram, his account is called BitBeefy. Yeah, it really is. So go and check it out. Well, now we move on to the next theme of tonight's awards, which is sport. Now, sport encompasses Active Westminster's passion to develop and grow community sport and provide schools with opportunities for participation and competition that create developmental pathways. The 7th award tonight is the PE and School Sport, or PESS Award, which recognises the commitment by primary, secondary and or special schools to PESS. Your finalists are Queen's College Prep School, St Edward's Primary and the Great Coat Hospital. And the winner is Queen's College Prep School. Thanks to outstanding planning, the PE department at Queen's College Prep School were able to follow their curriculum throughout 2 lockdowns, providing online lessons and creating videos so that students were inspired to make their own sports equipment, allowing them to be able to continue with their PE lessons. All students were able to take part and send amazing videos and photos of the equipment they made, and they were also able to access PE staff and other classmates throughout their lessons. And this in particular encouraged students to keep motivated and practice mindfulness whilst staying at home. Post-lockdown, the school now offers a very popular early morning breakfast club as well as after-school clubs, providing a very wide range of activities. The school has an excellent reputation for developing the sporting potential of its students, creating pathways into external clubs such as Westminster and Hampstead Hockey Club, Renegades Netball Club, Serpentine Athletics Club, Semi-Martial Arts Club, Chelsea and Westminster Swimming Club, as well as Queen's Park Rangers, who also provide an after-school club. Super work, very well deserved. Queen's College Prep win the PE and School Sport Award. We move on to tonight's 8th award of the night, and it is one of the big ones. It is the Young Sports Personality of the Year. Now, this recognises outstanding achievements in their chosen sport or activity by a young person under the age of 19. Here is who made our final shortlist. Farah Seric, Sophie Walker, and Tegan Kazal. And the winner is Tegan Kazal. In February this year, Tegan and 3 other teammates became the Under-11s English Schools Table Tennis National Team Champions, and he now stands at #1 in England and national champion for his age category. When Tegan first started playing, he couldn't even hold a bat, but training with the coaches at the Greenhouse Centre 5 times per week, his total commitment to the sport has seen him move rapidly through the Greenhouse Centre's talent pathway. So let's speak to Tegan now via Zoom. Tegan, great to speak to you. First of all, I've got to get your immediate reaction. You've been crowned Young Sports Personality at the Active Westminster Awards. How do you feel?
I feel really excited. When my mum first told me and took me out of class, I was jumping up and down with joy, and I was actually crying of how happy I was.
Amazing. Oh, it's great to have, that emotional response. It shows that it means a lot to you. It's not the first trophy you've won, though, because you're #1 in the country for under-10s. You're already the English Schools National Under-11s table tennis champion as well. How tough was it to win that title?
It was really hard because obviously the last 2 years that I've actually played in that tournament with my school, we've actually never beaten them. But this year, I don't know, because we've got so much better, we actually managed to beat them, and we're really happy.
Yeah, it must have been really satisfying, that, I'm sure. Now, look, I'll let you into a little secret here. I only really play table tennis on holiday, right? But when I watch it on TV, it just looks so quick. So the ball just moves, you can't even see it. What do you love about playing table tennis?
For me, mostly it's probably the intensity and how you have to work hard to actually be good, because some games, I'm not saying every game, but just most games, you don't need to try or work hard to be good. You can just be good, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you like a challenge, you like a test, and that's what's going to help you improve, isn't it? Talk to us about your training, Tegan, because I guess you've got to try and balance that with your schoolwork and fit it in. So, how does that work?
Luckily, I get to play about 10 hours a week. That's probably more than a lot of people right now because of coronavirus and stuff like that. But I started to play when my PE coach took me to Greenhouse for a PE lesson, and from then all the kids started to go, and my Greenhouse started to have a really good relationship with my school. All my teachers know that I play table tennis, and my coaches know my teachers. So as a result, on a Thursday when we're doing the last 2 lessons, the fun ones, I get to play at Greenhouse training with someone else.
That sounds ideal. You mentioned your teachers, your coaches there. I mean, they must have helped you to get to this point. Is there anyone you'd like to mention, anyone you'd like to thank?
Mostly my parents and my great-grandparents, because my great-grandparents, they probably mostly supplied me with all my gear, and my parents have been really motivating towards me. And I'd like to thank my friends and teachers, especially Mr. Abbas, for actually bringing me into the sport, really. And also my coaches for helping me actually enjoy the sport and understand it and get good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they've helped, haven't they, all the way through. Just finally, Tegan, this is a great trophy. We reckon you can do so much. How far do you think you can go in table tennis?
In my opinion, with all the support and the good equipment, everything I have, Greenhouse, the centre, people motivating me, I personally want to become a world champion, and if I keep the hard work up, I think I will be able to accomplish that.
That would be amazing. We can't wait to speak to you when that happens. Tegan, very many congratulations. Huge well done for tonight. A very talented, very ambitious young man, I'm sure you'll agree. Now, we move swiftly on to the last award in the sport theme. This is award number 9. We've just seen the winner for the Young Sports Person of the Year. Now let's find out who's the winner of the Sports Person of the Year for 2020. Now, this award recognises outstanding achievements in their chosen sport or activity by a person over the age of 19. Nominated in the final 3 are Antonio Infantino, Apostolos Fornaris, and Melita Emmanuel Carr. And the winner is Antonio Infantino. Well, as for all elite athletes, 2020 has been a very challenging season. And in addition to having to deal with the pandemic, Antonio has had to overcome family tragedy this year, as well as having to deal with back and tendon injuries. Still, he bounced back to achieve personal bests for both the 100 and 200 metres. And Antonio has also driven himself forwards to win national titles and be ranked 4th in Europe at 200 metres in 2020. And he has his sights set firmly on next year's Olympic Games. So let's hear from Antonio now via Zoom. Antonio, many, many congratulations. You are the Active Westminster Sports Person of the Year for 2020. How does that feel?
It's great. Thank you. It's an honour. Usually in my sport, we're chasing fast times and medals and titles. So to win an award like this is rare, but it's an honour.
Hopefully it's a nice end to the year. It must have been a very difficult year because you come into 2020, your focus, I would imagine, is on Tokyo, on the Olympics, and then, of course, around March time, that's taken away from you. What was that like, Antonio?
Yeah, so for the Olympics, I had an extra year. So I tried to look at it as a positive thing, like I've got an extra year to prepare, and I'm going to be, stronger and faster when it comes around in July 2021. But we had the European Championships this year, and that was cancelled. So that was pretty difficult. And in April, I think, lacking a little bit of motivation in difficult times, but it's the same for everyone. You can't play the victim. You've just got to adapt.
And what about training? Because especially being a sprinter, right? When you're denied being able to be on a track, what did you do to keep yourself physically at that level during lockdown? It must have been pretty tough.
Yeah, I mean, I just had to try and adapt the best way I could. So my training was pretty general, as everyone else's was. Did a lot of hill sprints, did a lot of longer runs, and I did some home workouts. But I was lucky enough to spend some time in June, July in Italy. And I was there in Rieti with some of the guys from the national team. And that was a really good opportunity. And at the time, Italy wasn't as bad as the UK, and really enjoyed a training camp there.
What about the mental challenge? Because you mentioned there, sometimes your motivation can be quite low, especially early on when your goals just disappear from in front of your very eyes. How did you make sure you were in the right place mentally?
Yeah, I mean, like everyone has their good and bad days, but I think the days where you don't have motivation, you've got to rely on discipline and just keep doing the simple things right. I eat the same thing pretty much every day, same diet. So just continue eating the right things, continue going to bed early. Sleep is really important. And if you do these things and other people do fall off, then you're going to find yourself in a decent position and try and take advantage of a difficult situation.
Well, hopefully you will be able to have a full Christmas dinner and enjoy a nice meal on the 25th. But looking ahead to 2021, 7-8 months time from here, you're one of the top 200-meter runners in Europe. The Olympics are there. They're still going to take place. How exciting is that? What are your ambitions for Tokyo, Antonio?
Well, in Rio in 2016, I just missed out. I had a good European Championships, came 12th in the 200 and 5th in the relay. And then I had a slight knee injury and I missed out on Rio. So I'm 29, but actually going into my first Olympics. So very exciting. I think realistically, making the 200 meter semi-finals would be a big achievement for me. And we've got a really exciting young relay team, 4x100 meters, and we're 10th in the world. So there's every chance we'll be an Olympic finalist.
We're all keeping everything crossed for you. And also, I understand you've been on the Active Westminster Champions of the Future scheme for a number of years now. How has that helped your career?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, at the moment, like free gym membership is a great help, and I'm able to gym before work. So I gym 3 times a week, and it's literally 2-3 minutes walk from my house. So it's really good. But also financially helping me with warm weather training. Every year I spend like March and April out in America, and I open the season out there, and it's helped me continue to do that annually.
Fantastic. Well, listen, we're so happy for you. You're also the Active Westminster Sports Person of the Year 2020. Very, very well done indeed.
Great. Thanks very much.
And I promise you I'm not biased, but it's great to see a fellow Sky employee win tonight as well. Well done to Antonio. Well done to all the award winners so far. Only 2 more awards to go, but before we move on, it's time to watch another film from the City of Westminster College media students. Here it is.
Step Up to Fitness is an organisation, a grassroots organisation that's been around for quite a few years.
I really think I've benefited a lot from the running club in terms of like my mental well-being during coronavirus time, where a lot of our social interactions were like online, behind the screen, or
non-existent,
or completely non-existent. Yeah. In the running club, in such a corona safe and corona environment or activity, we had a lot of like really like meaningful social interactions, all the things that you want to like build up in life, like perseverance, determination, physical well-being. All of that is part of the running club, so it absolutely like benefited my mental well-being.
Just being around other people as well and knowing that everyone's going through the same thing right now. Exercising as a whole is very good for your mind, your body and your soul.
Super stuff once again. Well, now we move on to the final two awards and our final theme of the night, which is the Distinguished and Special Awards. Now, these really are special awards to recognise those going above and beyond. It recognises special people who've contributed to physical activity, leisure and sport in Westminster over a number of years. Now, the first of these awards is the Lord Mayor of Westminster's Unsung Hero Award, and this recognises the contribution that a volunteer has made to physical activity, leisure and or sport within their community and or club or organisation. It recognises those who show great dedication and give up their valuable time to make a difference in the lives of others. And this award is dedicated in memory to the late Mariam Sabir, a much-loved volunteer in Westminster who showed these very qualities in her life. The finalists are Chrissy Mullings-Lewis, Elizabeth Ayres and Mohammed El Nayem. And the winner is Chrissy Mullings-Lewis. Well, Chrissy is an inspirational trainer who's been serving the local community for over 30 years. During lockdown, she provided free online classes to support physical and mental well-being, along with imaginative fundraisers, which raised money for more than 20 charities, including an amazing challenge that saw participants virtually travel 17,000 kilometres to Australia and raising over £3,000. And post-lockdown, these free classes have continued in order to encourage her regulars back into physical activity. Even before lockdown was announced in spring, Chrissy organised Zoom circuits classes to keep people energised and connected, and she's been absolutely instrumental in keeping a bunch of fitness devotees motivated and active in these admittedly depressing times. What shines through in the feedback from her regulars is the sheer positive impact that she's made on so many people's lives. Comments such as, "She makes the world a better place," and "She's one of the most inspirational people I've ever met." Those were common. Chrissy is an outstanding example of someone who cares about those less fortunate, who brings people together, promoting fitness and well-being for health and longevity. Let's hear from Chrissy now, accepting her award.
I'm honoured to win this year's 2020 Lord Mayor of Westminster's Unsung Hero Award. Thank you to all the people that nominated me. It means a huge amount to have won this award in what has been a really rough year for all of us. But we never gave up and we never gave in. Thank you.
Very well done, Chrissy. So this is it, the climax of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our final award is the Lifetime Achievement Award, and it is designed to commend any individual, group or organisation who, through their outstanding commitment, has gone above and beyond expectation and made a lifetime's impact in physical activity, leisure and or sport in Westminster. And this year, our winner is Steve Alexander. Now, Steve is as local as they come. He studied at Paddington College, now City of Westminster College, then worked at Westminster Play Association, which is now the Little Venice Sports Centre, and later worked for Civic Leisure in Westminster as a recreation officer in a distinguished career. He was asked to coach a basketball team for the London Youth Games in 1987, and as a result, he helped the Westminster Warriors Basketball Club go from strength to strength. Steve then worked at Quinton Kynaston School for 3 years as a PE teacher, and whilst there, Westminster Warriors became well known for developing young talent from some of the poorer communities across Westminster. And the club had now grown from a junior girls team to a club that trained and competed across junior and senior leagues, with all teams coached by Steve himself and Josh Cole. In 1995, Steve steered the men to win the National League Division 2 title, playing the final at Wembley Arena. He was the chairman-founder of the biggest basketball local league in London, Central Venue League London, with more than 60 teams in 4 leagues. Steve went on to work for Basketball England and also Walking Basketball UK. And he really has had a remarkable impact on basketball development across Westminster, the London region and England, combining youth engagement and development with nurturing raw sporting talent through to performance and even elite levels. He is a very deserving winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Alexander. Well, that almost brings this evening to a close, but for one final time we have a video to show you from the City of Westminster College media students.
Lockdown was an incredibly difficult period for everyone concerned. The sessions being on again has had a positive impact on me because I do a lot of community work, and a lot of this isn't just about engaging in football, it's about providing a service within the community for these young people to keep them occupied with their time. So a lot of people kind of underestimate the value of that, and for me it plays a big importance to the community. I think it was an incredibly difficult time for the young people, I really did. Everyone, the large part of people enjoy structure and routine and physical activity. I know for our young people that come to our sessions, not having the sessions, coming back, they did say that they found it quite difficult to cope, and they were so happy. There were record numbers attending our sessions as a result of lockdown and the sessions not happening. So I know that some of them from personally experienced difficulty through that time. But I know when they do come here, it's to let off some steam and to socialise with their friends.
Brilliant stuff. Really, really enjoyed that final film. Well, our time is almost up, so congratulations to all the winners and finalists. If you were a shortlisted finalist, we will send you your certificates. Don't worry about that. And now, we did see him briefly, just a few moments ago, presenting the Lifetime Achievement Award to Steve Alexander. So, let's hear now from the Right Worshipful Lord Mayor of Westminster, Councillor Jonathan Glanz, to help us officially conclude this year's awards.
Due to the current pandemic, we made the exciting decision to move this year's awards online. As you have seen over the course of the evening, the standard of nominations has been exceptional and truly inspiring. There were tough decisions in shortlisting tonight's finalists, all of whom have been rightly recognised for the vital role they play in getting and keeping our residents active through physical activity, leisure and/or sport. It gives me great pleasure to be able to convey our collective thanks and gratitude to everybody who was nominated for an award this year, and congratulations to all the finalists, and particularly the winners of this year's Active Westminster Awards. This year's awards included the inaugural Lord Mayor of Westminster's Unsung Hero Award. This award is in memory of Mariam Sapir, who was passionate and dedicated as a volunteer. She worked with disabled children and dedicated all her spare time to helping others. Mariam inspired everyone who met her and made a tremendous difference to those who she supported. These achievements we have seen over the course of this evening, amongst many others, serve as a strong reminder as to how dedicated our residents, communities and our active Westminster partners have been in continuing to activate our city, lives and neighbourhoods. Additionally, our physical activity, leisure and sports services are continuing to work hard with our very valued active Westminster partners across the city to ensure we offer the very best support in these times of need. We need to encourage, facilitate and enable our children, young people, families and communities to lead active lives by undertaking changes to their lifestyles that are tailored to them and suit their needs. With you, our partners, we want to create a thriving, active city for all. To finish, I would like to thank all the nominees and especially the winners, all our active Westminster partners and our award sponsors Eco World and ETC. Your inspiring work and dedication to physical activity, leisure and/or sport in Westminster is amazing and so very much appreciated by all of us here at Westminster City Council. I would personally like to thank you all for for everything that you have done and continue to do for the residents and communities of Westminster and the Active Westminster Partnership. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lord Mayor, and a few thank yous from me as well before we bring the evening to an end. Thank you, first of all, to all the students and staff from the City of Westminster College for the excellent films shown this evening. A thank you to the Active Westminster team for working through a difficult process tirelessly and making tonight's event come together. And a thank you to those who've been watching this evening and those who nominated in the first place, because quite simply, without those nominations, we just wouldn't have an awards evening. So all there is left for me to say is have a very Merry Christmas and all the best for a happy, healthy and active 2021. Thank you and good night.